Hey guys, I'm Billy. This is
And
my
I'm
beautiful
Rita.
wife, Rita. We want to update y'all guys on cleaning of her wound again. I hope you can see it. I'm trying to fix it to you so you can. First thing I have to do is I have to remove all this old tape from the dressing. We change this every day. We have to wear a mask. Have to just be very careful and slow and easy about taking the tape off because it sticks pretty good. This is an open wound. This is where her cath was put in for her PD dialysis at home. If any of you guys, if you don't know, PD is peritoneal dialysis. She fills with 2.5% solution. It sits in the peritoneal here, and it absorbs the toxins out of her body, out of her blood. I don't exactly touch it before I get clean, but I have to poke around to see if there's any tenderness or anything. I don't touch it, but I go right above it. My hands are clean, but they're not what I'm fixing to be cleaning. There's a coupling right there. You want to make sure that coupling is not sticking out. You feel the line. The tube goes back to here. And from here, where this incision is, it goes down into the lowest part of her stomach. All right, she's going to entertain you for just a minute while I wash my hands. Be right back.
Okay, guys, I don't really know what to tell you, just other than it takes him a minute. He has to wash his hands thoroughly. I'm talking about like a surgeon. He can't touch anything before he comes in. He comes in with his hands in the air like a surgeon. This is all to prevent peritonitis. I've had a bout of that when I first was operated on. The doctor that put my cath in nicked my bowel, and I woke up on the operation table in excruciating pain, and he didn't realize he had done it. And then I was sent to a hospital by ambulance, and the ambulance almost wrecked taking me there. And that's when I caught peritonitis, and it took about, I guess, a month of antibiotics, IV antibiotics, oral antibiotics, and then I had to have another operation a week later to have it revised because it wasn't working. It was smashed in between my bowels, the lining was, and the doctor knew he'd done something wrong. He called me and apologized and even told me. Okay, here comes Dr.
All right, I'm back. All right, I have sterilized my hands with a special soap we have. I put Accept on 3 sterile gauze pads. I fold it like a wonton. I don't touch this with my hand. I take the first and I put it right here. Clean the top, then I raise the tube. I'm trying to make sure you guys can see it. And I go around it and moisten it a little bit. I get the old gentamicin. We have to put gentamicin on it every day. I take and I slide down the tube a little bit. All right. Once I take this away from that, I never go back to it. I wipe around like this. I raise the tube. I go under. But I never go back to the wound with it. I get a second one. I hope I don't bore you guys. I do it the same way. I make like a little wonton, is what our PD nurse called it. I do the same thing I did before. I clean it here. I go under the tube like this, if you can see it. I like to squeeze a little bit of liquid on it to get all of it off. I go down again. Like I said, once I come away from there, I never go back with this again. If you do, you're contaminating the site. You never touch the side that you're going to put on the tube. I take a third one just to do a preliminary. I do a little on the top. I don't do quite as much on it this time. I come down the tube. I'm away from it, and then I wipe around it and clean it. Now I take a dry gauze pad, do the same thing, make a wonton. I go on top of it, and I go underneath it and dry it. I don't squeeze hard, but I do that to kind of do it. Then I pull it down the tube. Once I come away from it, I don't go back to that spot with it. I wipe her belly off to get all the liquid off. I do a second one the same way. On the top, and I go underneath. I go down, and I do the same thing. Once you come away from it, you never go back to it. You okay?
No.
And then I do a third and final one. Just to make sure we get all the disinfect, antiseptic off of it. I come down. I'm clean. And if you notice, I never go back to the wound once I come away from it.
That's a big no-no.
Now, we take split 2x2s. They're like this. They have gentamicin cream on them. I'm going to try to hold it so you guys can see it. You take it and put the gentamicin under it, like that. You lay the split 2x2 on top of it, like that. I take the second one, I lay on top of this one, and then I take gauze, regular paper tape, and we tape it back up again. Same way. We do this every day.
And before anybody comes at us with a comment that he's not wearing gloves, we were trained to be very sterile without gloves.
Yes. We were trained not to use gloves.
If they get in the way, like when he's plugging me up, he could get the tip of it in the way. It's just it's more of a hazard.
Our PD nurse trained us this way. That's the reason it takes a minute to wash my hands, sterilize them like I do. I don't touch anything. I don't even touch the water to cut it off.
He's a mechanic, and y'all can see how clean his hands
My hands, I wear gloves at work. I keep my hands clean because I don't want to get it. And that's cleaning.
That's it.
Thank you, guys. We hope you enjoy it. We love every one of you.
Thank you, guys.